Welcome back to the channel. Today we are here in Las Vegas, Nevada, attending the CONEXPO for 2026. This event is absolutely huge. It's only held once every 3 years, and I gotta tell you, it's covering more of Las Vegas than any other event I've ever seen. We have every industry here, from crushing, mining, pavement, concrete, you name it, we're gonna cover it. That thing's a monster. Oh yeah, it's definitely putting out really good. So go ahead and join me as I attend this event and try to find that next tool for your toolbox. All right, so there's this killer tool. It's a hammer, and I know we've probably always wondered about it. It's called the SLIDESLEDGE, and the thing is a super beefed up version of a sliding hammer that you'd probably use for automotive. So let's say you got that Polaris Ranger that's giving you kind of the biggest problem. You can't slide out the axles. This is it right over here. Go ahead and show them real quick. That thing's a monster. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this over to Lindsay, and she's gonna give us more information about it.
I got a hammer you wish you owned. My name is Lindsay, and I'm the office manager at SLIDESLEDGE. All right, we make a sliding style sledgehammer. This pin comes off. You can put any other tip on any of our hammers. We have pin drivers, we have offset tips that go in between your bucket teeth to knock those pins out. We have pickle forks, chisel tips, tire bead breakers. We have bushing drivers. We have tips to drive things into the ground like stakes or rebar. We have tips that will break concrete or asphalt. We have different sized hammers and different lengths. This hammer has our 5-pound handle weight that adds 5 pounds onto any of our hammers. We also have this blue hammer. It pulls as well as impacts different male and female threads. And we also have a smaller version for automotive work or railroad. So you're out in the field, you need to change one of your bucket teeth. You grab one of these offset tips, you stick it on the hammer, and oh. That one's really loose, but when they're stuck, that gets in between there and you can knock them out. For more information or to purchase a SLIDESLEDGE, you can go to slidesledge.com.
Hey, I'm about to show you a tire you ain't never seen before. Okay, my name is Derek. I'm the owner, founder of this company called Evolution Wheel. Built this place out of my garage into this. Let me show you what we got. Okay, so check this out. This is the biggest tire we make. This is our wheel loader tire. You got tons of traction here. It's made up of segments, so it's serviceable. You can fix it if you need to. Pop out 2 bolts on both sides, pull a segment, put one in, or when the whole thing is worn out, take all the rubber off, put all brand new rubber on, reuse your rim, and get back to work. We got ride quality in this thing, mud ejection, side traction, you name it. We put everything in the kitchen sink into this design. Okay, so I know what you're asking. How fast can I take that thing? Well, check this out. We go from the biggest to the smallest. This is a side-by-side tire that we're developing. I can drive this thing as fast as I can put my foot into it. After the show here, we're gonna run Vegas to Reno off-road. We're gonna go Moab, and we're gonna set the world speed record with airless tires on a side-by-side. All right, now I know what you're saying. You're saying I'm gonna break my ass driving those things. Well, that's bullshit, because check this out. Look at that tire compression as it's crawling one of our other tires. We're designing our off-road truck tire to go rock crawling, be able to hit the gravel roads, do whatever you want, work underground, hard conditions. I mean, that's just how it's done. Okay, so for more information about Evolution Wheel, check us out at www.evolutionwheel.com.
All right, so I'm checking out this fan right over here from BIGASSFANS. It is definitely putting out some CFM. Woo! I'm gonna walk away from it and see how far I feel it. I can feel it really good over here. I mean, I must be. Oh yeah, it's definitely putting out really good. That's definitely nice. That is definitely nice. Let's check it out.
We've got the biggest, the baddest, and the highest selling fans on the planet. Hey, I'm Jacob. I'm the National Sales Account Executive at BIGASSFANS. All right, over here at BIGASSFANS, we've got the biggest and the baddest fans. We've got the quality to match the price. We'll service anything from Fortune 500 companies all the way to your own personal garage. This right here is going to be a 6.5-foot steel frame, blackjack directional unit. You can feel it from 100 feet away, and it's got an 80-foot spread. We've got just about everything you need. Our fans range from as small as 20 inches to as large as 24 feet. For more information on where to get yours, visit bigassfans.com or give us a call over at the headquarters.
So this next segment, I want to introduce to you this company called OTH, and they have these remote control releasing hooks that will, by a click of the button, you could actually release one hook, or maybe you have 4 of them at one time, and boom, you could release all of them pretty much at one time. It's a really cool concept. I know you guys probably ever thought about it, if something exists like this and never seen it. Well, OTH has the answer. I'm gonna turn this over here to Pierre, and he's gonna tell us more about it.
I'm about to show you guys the best remote control hook in the world. Hi, I'm Pierre Glaze, product manager at OTH Remote Control Hooks. So this is the remote control hook that OTH sells. So these hooks can be opened with this remote control. Why 4 colors? It's just a matter of which hook I want to open when. So for example, if I just want to release this red hook, I will just click on the red button right here. Only this one will open, the other one will stay closed. Let's say I want to release all of my hooks at the same time. I can also do it with the all color key right here, and they will just all open at the same time. Now, what you guys have to know is there is a safety feature on that hook. As soon as you guys are lifting more than 55 pounds on the hook will be switched off, which means there is no way for you guys to drop the load. Now, when you guys are done using them, you can charge them really easily with this charging tray. You're just gonna plug this into the wall and put it on the hook, just like that. Within 2 hours, the hook will be fully charged and you guys can work with it for a full week. This hook has a weight capacity of 5,500 pounds. If you go direct to the hook, if you guys use a basket setup, you guys can double your lifting capacity. That's for the small one. I have another one, the bigger one. This one is 11,600 pounds. Again, if you do a basket setup, you double your lifting capacity. But those are the only 2 capacities that we have for our remote control hooks. If you guys want more information on these remote control hooks, feel free to look at the website, othrigging.com. You guys will have all the videos, everything you need to know about it.
I'm gonna introduce you to a company called Safety Technologies, and they invented this item that you put on your skid steer called a rapid router. And basically what it does is you put it down on the ground, and it's really small, and it's able to clear out these cracks so you can go back and fill them up.
Hi, my name is Jared. I am the owner and inventor of the Rapid Router. All right, so I invented this asphalt router that mounts onto a skid loader. The old traditional method was a hand unit that was very large and cumbersome to use. With this, you can speed up productivity, reduce maintenance, and make the overall job much more satisfying to do. Users of this product generally see a 2 to 6 time increase in productivity. So that means with one person, you could do the work of 2 to 6 people easily. And these are conservative figures. So for more information, you can contact us at autoflagger.com.
I'm about to show you the product that's gonna pretty much solve all your problems with those Sharpies and spray paint that your kids put all over the place. There's this company called DYNAWIPES, and they got this amazing, right directly out of the actual tub itself, to quickly clean any of those surfaces that you're having problems with. Doesn't matter if it's Sharpie, doesn't matter if it's spray paint, it all comes out. I'm gonna talk to Warren, and he's gonna give us more information about it.
We have the best hand and tool wipe on the market. Hi, my name's Warren. I'm the president of VERAX Chemical, the manufacturer of DYNAWIPES. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick demo with our DYNAWIPES here. They come in 2 flavors, this smooth white towel that I'm using now, and also our DYNAWIPES Muscle. And what I'm going to show you here is that the smooth towel is all you need most of the time, because it's about the solution that we load into our product. This is spray paint from 2 days ago, so it's had lots of time to cure, and it's the solution that's going to cut through that spray paint and do all the work. Again, Muscle will do the same thing, but you don't need it. It's the solution that does the work there. Now, you're probably wondering at this point, this is nail polish. What's that doing to my hands if you're cutting through spray paint and nail polish? Well, we put 4 different conditioners in there to protect your hands, so we can do this all day, totally safe on the hands. Okay, next we're gonna do Sharpie. They also work great on grease pens, marking pens, and then this is an open gear lubricant, a real tacky grease. They're also great on tack, asphalt, tar, and other adhesives, urethane sealants, and all sorts of stuff. Okay, so DYNAWIPES have a nice large size towel, so you can clean up a whole lot of mess with every single wipe. For more information on DYNAWIPES, you can visit dynawipes.com, and you can find where to buy them. There's a store locator at the top. We've got dealers all over the country.
Okay, in this next segment, I want to introduce to you the DXR 145 by HUSQVARNA. What was most interesting about this small little kind of remote controlled excavator was that I haven't seen one of these before, and it really raises the kind of application that you wanted to get to the edge of something, or you're working inside a building and you can't have a motor and you needed something that's going to be safe to where it's not going to put any of your people in any sort of liability. This is a really interesting tool. This would definitely help out kind of get to those hard to reach spots, especially if you're working in a building that requires some sort of demo, or you're trying to plain out just lift something. Now it has an absolute amazing way of controlling it, 360-degree access, and it has up to 5 different attachments that you could actually use it with it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this over to them. They're gonna tell us a little bit more about it.
My name is Sean McNeil. I'm the manager of demolition robots with HUSQVARNA. We're with the demolition robots. This is the DXR 145. Demolition robots are demolition by robot. They are built with performance, productivity, and performance in mind, all around the framework of safety. They're designed for confined space, demolition indoors, industrial markets, where you want to take the user out of the risk environment. They also hit and pack a punch comparable to an excavator 3 or 4 times in their weight class. Let me tell you a little bit about the features of the demolition robots. Despite the size, throughout the range, they all have track drive, stability through 4 independent outriggers, extensive reach. This model here, the 145, has 14 feet of reach. The other piece too is they're all remote control. Different than an excavator is you have 3 pieces to the arm, which really gives you a lot of flexibility on the job sites for reach, for getting up into the face productively. If we look at the front, they are run by hydraulic controls. We have hydraulic rotation and clamp force on the grapple. Again, all of the outriggers can be controlled individually depending on where you're going to place the machine. They are corded, running off of 480 volt 3-phase, either a generator or site power. They're also really smart too because the tools will match exactly to the hydraulic system that you need, whether you're running a crusher, a breaker, a grapple. With our hammers, we have an automatic chisel paste greasing system to protect the bushing and longevity of your hammer and keep you working longer in the field. Let me go ahead and give you a demo. A little less talking, a little more action with the machine today. Again, the DXR 145. It has the MG100 grapple, great for sorting material, interior demolition. Let me show you how that works. Hydraulic rotation, fantastic reach, smooth controls. You'll notice you can be very precise, all at the fingertips of the operator on our innovative remote control. Machine is super easy to transport and maneuver on the job site. What sets us apart outside of its functionality and work is our innovative remote control system. This interface is built for the operator to have live diagnostics, full control of the machine, whether he's in work or transport mode. After you've done the work and you need to move the machine, it's as simple as a quick switch on our remote control, transfers us into one-hand transport mode, which is unique to HUSQVARNA in this space of demolition robots. I can maneuver the machine, place myself where I need to work quickly, mount the machine back up on the outriggers for stability, one switch, and I'm back into work mode. Faster to the face, more productivity, more precision, easier to use for the operator. The 145 has a full 360 rotation without any inhibiting of the electrical cable. It's 14 feet of reach and full 360 rotation. The boom design is also unique to a robot, where I can activate the rear 2 cylinders together, which we call parallel. Gives the operator an immense amount of reach and flexibility, and very productive in working into the face of a wall or a building. The remote also gives the operator live diagnostics. I can go into the diagnostics and see all of my information, the performance of the machine from temperature to voltage to current and to hydraulic temperature. This is really important, depending if they're working in hot environments, in industrial areas, and just to know that you've got the right voltage and input current coming into the machine. If there was any active faults in the machine, the operator can then go in to machine status. And we've inserted some faults just for this show so people can see what you can look at. It's real-time information, the hour the fault occurred, and where to find it in our workshop manual is absolutely key to getting back up and running on the job site quickly. To find out more information on our DXR range, including the 145 behind me, you can go to our website at HUSQVARNAConstructionproducts.com and check out any of our dealers or reach out to one of our reps.
I'm going to show you this company called HYDRA-TECH Technologies, and what they provide is router engraver for concrete, which is a very unique system, something I haven't really seen before. I've seen them in the past, but I didn't cover them. But now they actually refine their system and it actually works pretty flawlessly. You just pretty much get your template of whatever font you have, you upload it, and you drop it down on the concrete, and boom, it goes ahead and routes it right directly out. Now this is also an excellent business strategy, especially if you're an entrepreneur or if you're a concrete company and you want to offer a secondary service after you pour your concrete too as well. So I'm going to turn this over to Henry, and Henry's going to talk a little bit more about it.
I'm about ready to show you one of the coolest products in the concrete industry. Henry Ashworth, owner of HYDRA-TECH Technologies. Welcome to the only concrete engraving system where you can download any picture, any size, anywhere, and engrave it on concrete, wood, stone, and so much more. With our patented concrete engraving system that comes in its own box, you can have precision at your fingertips in concrete and so much more. For more information, check us out at HYDRA-TECHnologies.com.
I want to introduce to you a company called MERLO, and they focus on lifts. So when I was passing by, it was a kind of a new name for me to actually check out. I'm going to turn this over to Rick, and Rick is going to tell us a little bit more about it.
We make the best machines that elevate. Hey there, I'm Rick Fernandez, product manager with MERLO America. So this is our electric telehandler. This is our EW25.5. It's a 5,000 pound machine capacity-wise with a maximum reach of 16 feet. So this is an electric machine with a lithium-ion battery, which means from an environmental standpoint, is extremely friendly with zero emissions. So one of the really cool features about this machine is the capacitive joystick. With the capacitive joystick, the only way that the hydraulic functions engage is if the joystick actually senses the operator's hand physically on it. So another really cool feature about this machine is the rear wheel steering feature that we have. And what that is basically the machine operates much like a forklift. So if you're operating in a confined space, this gives you a very tight turning radius and it's excellent for maneuverability. I'm standing in front of our P120.10. This is our panoramic machine. It's a 25,000 pound capacity machine with a lift height of up to 32 feet. Now this machine has an FPT engine. It's 170 horsepower and its travel speed is up to 25 miles an hour. So the word panoramic is within the name and the nomenclature itself, because if you look at the cab, the operator has a full 360-degree visibility around the entire cab. So there's no blockage in visibility, no obstruction whatsoever. For more information about our MERLO products, please visit www.merloamerica.com and follow us on social media.
About a service you probably never heard about. My name is Ray Ramos, Director of Freight and Logistics for waterpallets.com. We provide a service where we distribute palletized bulk goods to your doorstep, house, office, home, residential areas, wherever it is. Convenience is in our hands. We'll put it to your front doorstep. 3 very easy steps. First step, visit the website, waterpallets.com. Step number 2, pick your product, whether it's water, soft drinks, sports drinks, energy drinks, 10 cases, all the way up to a full truckload. Step number 3, give us the address to where we're gonna drop your goods. Sit back and wait, 3 business days, it'll be at your doorstep. For more information, please visit our website, waterpallets.com, based out of Katy, Texas.
I want to introduce to you guys a company called GOLDILOX, and I know if you've ever poured a brand spanking new concrete slab and you paid overpriced for it, you're just kind of really touchy about getting oil spots on it and getting dings in it and just getting it cut, especially after you poured it and there's a lot of heavy machinery moving around on it. I'm going to introduce to you this product because they have this really cool feature that you put it on there and it protects it like a fabric coating that'll handle heavy machinery over it without having to worry about damaging your slab, and it's really easy to pull up after you've installed it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to David. He's going to talk a little bit more about it.
I'm about to show you a brand new product that doesn't exist anywhere in the world. My name is David Harris. I'm the owner of GOLDILOX and the proprietary inventor of the product. So GOLDILOX is a durable fabric that is designed to temporarily adhere to new concrete surfaces to protect against heavy equipment and oil spills. So the way this product is applied is you roll out the permeable fabric first and then roll on a durable adhesive on top of that. In that process, it is soaking through the fabric before gluing itself down temporarily to new concrete surfaces. So here's what the product looks like applied. After it is cured and glued down to the concrete, this is going to hold up really well to heavy equipment, cranes, tractors, forklifts, anything like that, and going to protect against any of the damage from heavy equipment and also just the trades that are walking and spilling products on a concrete floor, which would cause permanent damage, which this is protecting against. To learn more about our product, please visit www.goldiloxusa.com to find out where to buy, and you can also get quoting via the website through the quote request button.
I'm going to show you a lift with the smallest footprint in the industry. I'm Matt Messina. I work for SOCAGE North America in Epping, New Hampshire. I'm the sales manager. I'm standing in front of the Raptor 80S. It is an 80-foot lift, go down to 32 inches wide, side reach of 36 feet. It's less than 6,000 pounds. A couple key features. This lift has the smallest footprint in the industry, and it is less than 6,000 pounds. And the upper boom, it's the only octagon-shaped upper boom on a man lift in the industry. Raptor has dual controls. It's got an identical controller mounted up in the basket, so wirelessly you can control it from down here, and aerially, while you're up there, you can control it from up there, but they're identical. Raptor has outrigger extenders mounted on this side right here, all right, that give it a little bit more angle for more gradability on terrain. The opposite side does not have them mounted. It gets our footprint down to 10 feet by 10 feet square. Raptor is diesel powered as well as electric powered with a plug-in 110 electric motor. There is a lithium version available. For more information about the Raptor, visit us at SOCAGENorthAmerica.com.
We are the only company in the United States that manufactures this blade. It's our #1 selling blade, the Hurricane blade. My name is Alex Santos. I'm the sales regional manager for LATUX. What makes our blade our #1 selling blade, the Hurricane blade, is for a couple different reasons, guys. Number one, as you can see, you're not gonna find another blade that has 84 cooling holes like our blade has. The reason we designed it this way is because it keeps the blade under 600 degrees so the blade does not overheat when you guys are digging the blade into whatever application you guys are cutting. Keeps it nice and cool so it prevents it from warping or wobbling once it's heating up. Number two, it's got a 45-degree angle segment cut. As you can see on the segment itself, it's not a straight up and down, but it's a segment cut, diagonal cut. This gives you guys a faster speed of cut, but more importantly, when you're in the material, it helps you guys cut a lot straighter, a lot faster. Number three, something that no other diamond blade has is this blade has undercut protection, which we actually designed it with to make sure that it doesn't matter if you guys are out there cutting concrete one day, cutting asphalt, cutting brick, cutting block, retaining wall, lightweight block, anything you guys want to cut with the blade will cut. And as you can see, unlike any other blade out there, you have your regular diamond segments on the blade, but every fifth segment you see the undercut protection, which is a jumbo segment on the blade itself. This is called undercut. This actually prevents you guys from wearing out the blades any faster when the guys do not switch the blades out when they're cutting asphalt. We designed it this way because the only complaint we're having is when the guys would take the blade out there and give it to their guys, and the guys were supposed to cut concrete with it, and then they switched to a different application, the blade will start to wear out a little bit quicker. By adding the undercut protection, it protects your blades now so they do not wear out any faster than they should. And then more importantly, the guys can go ahead and switch applications as they're using the blades on the field to anything they choose. Dollar for dollar, one of our best selling blades. It has put us on the map now for 17 years with our #1 series blade, and we've been in business for 20 years now with our Hurricane blade. For more information, guys, you guys can always reach us on our website under www.latuxdbd.com, or you can contact us direct at 1-800-413-1427 and ask for one of our salesmen.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about this company called Pylon. Now, this is really neat because they have this perimeter-based system that will alert you in case there's some sort of breach into it. And what they also have that's pretty interesting too as well, it could actually control your heavy machinery. So let's say you're on the job site and you have a whole bunch of excavators going on, it could actually shut off the excavators, or it could shut off whatever large piece of machinery that may be operating on it. So what you do is you actually take this particular pylon that's right here and you go ahead and set up a perimeter with it. And from what it looks like, you can set up 4 of them, and it runs off of infrared. And from that, if it's breached based upon that, it could either alert you based upon this device that's here. And this is something that you would probably have inside your machinery. And from there, you can control what it would turn on and turn off. That's what I found really interesting about it. So if you want to know more information, go ahead and watch this next segment from Dragan, and he's going to let us know more about it.
I'm going to show you a product that you probably haven't seen before. My name is Dragan Kosorik. I'm president of Dragan Technologies Inc. Today I'm going to present you a wireless barrier system used in many applications to control access to your running equipment. It could be also used to prevent unwanted access to your job site or project. System is containing of how we call them pylons, which are wireless transmitters. They're communicating wirelessly in between each other, and in event of breach or access, they notify the user, they stop the equipment, or they give a visual or sound alarm. Once alarm is breached, that signal is then used to turn lights on, turn sirens on, stop the equipment, or just sound notification to the user. If you're interested in this product, if you want to learn more about it, please visit our website, dticanada.com, or give us a call.
All right, so you guys know that whenever you need to drill a hole, you're gonna have to find that special drill to do it. And you've all seen them. There's those magnetic drills, they're called mag drills. And they're just made to really cut through some really thick metal, more than what you would typically use for a regular drill. There's this company called HOUGEN. Now they've been in business, they're an American business. They've been around for about 65 years. And this is what they specialize in. I want you to take a look at what they do, and they're gonna have an interesting demo, because one thing that I found really neat is once you drill a hole, it's so tough to drill a hole and cover that last hole, because maybe you marked out a spot and you were off by 1/8 of an inch, if for some reason that bolt doesn't fit. Well, their drill bits will actually cut that extra 1/8 of a drill and over drill that hole if you ever needed it. I know it's not the ideal thing to do, but on a pinch, I'm telling you right now, it works. So go ahead and check them out.
If you're a fabricator, this is going to be your go-to drill. Hi, I'm Grant Hogan. I'm the Product Innovation Specialist for Hogan Manufacturing. I'm about to show you a mag drill. Here's what it does. So it has a magnet on it, and we use this handle to drill it. And what makes us different is we have our own patent technology. And I'm 3rd generation, and my family has been working on this for over 65 years. And we not only design the drill, but we also design our own cutters. Whether you're drilling into a steel beam or a truck frame, these will do it for you. These will give you a perfect cut every time. Just prepping it to cut. We're cutting a piece of steel. Well, jobber drills cannot side cut. End mills have a hard time, but a Hogan cutter can definitely side cut. This is Rotogel to easily lubricate the hole. Here we go. For more information, you can go to hogan.com.
So in case you're ever wondering where I get my bibs from, well, I wanted to let you guys know that Carhartt has been providing me bibs and boots for my channel for almost a half a year now. They're an amazing company, and even without them, I probably would still be using it, because it's what I use on the farm and it's what I use on the job site. So if you need clothing that's actually going to be durable enough to withstand any of those environments, you got to check out what Carhartt has to offer.
Durability is in our DNA. Hi, I'm Tim Humes, Business Development Manager with Carhartt Company Gear. Great to be here on Homestead Garage talking with you all about Carhartt and Carhartt Company Gear. Certainly known for our heritage products and our brown canvas fabrics that we've had around for years and years at Carhartt, and we're very proud of it and how we've been able to create enduring styles and products that have lasted. You know, Carhartt is a 137-year-old company. Still family owned. We were founded in Detroit back in 1889, and we still continue to make rugged, durable gear. headquartered in Michigan. Let's take a look at our new Sun Defender Force lightweight woven shirt. This product has been updated. Very lightweight fabric, extremely durable. It's got UPF protection, comes in long and short sleeve, keeps you super comfortable, super dry. A lot of stretch in this garment, so it moves well while you're out working. Whether you're out on the farm, on the job site, wherever you are, this shirt will keep you comfortable and dry. And it's also available for decorating through our business website at companygear.carhartt.com. Exciting to talk about one of our newest products is our Galesburg soft shell vest. Great flexibility, great lining for warmth, but it's a really good layering piece. So you're going to start that morning off with a little bit of cool weather. You've got a vest to start with a solid hoodie underneath. And by midday, you can peel that off and then back on to close your workday with some great protection and comfort and warmth. One of our other great technology products is our ripstop pants. And these have a lot of great features, very lightweight, a lot of stretch, but also really wonderful pocket features like a shelf pocket for tools or a knife, and also side pockets for cell phones and even more tools as needed. A great product that's lightweight and wears well throughout a long day of hard work. And you can find all our products at Carhartt Company Gear, which is located on our website at companygear.carhartt.com.
Okay, so MaxXT just did an upgrade to their rebar tying tool, and I'm gonna have Andrew over here show us a little bit more about it.
This is the world's largest rebar tying tool. I'm Andrew Lang. I am the Regional Sales Associate for Southern California for MaxUSA Corp. This is the RB823T. This is the newest version of our twin tire platform. It lets you tie from 7-on-7 rebar all the way up to 14-on-14. Uses the same battery and the same wire. Let's show you guys how this thing works. For more information on the RB823T, just head over to MaxUSACorp.com.
You guys with the product that you could attach to your excavator or skid steer. It's a product called Trax Grip, and what it is you actually take these attachments and you add them onto your actual track. So let me give you an example of what it really looks like. This is kind of hard to explain here, but here it is. So I know sometimes you may be in a situation where you're in ice or you're on a really muddy type of terrain and you're needing just a little bit more traction and your excavator's sliding all over the place, you can't really control it. Well, this is a good attachment that you could actually add to it. They recommend that you add about 7 of these per, you're talking about 7, so that's about 14 of them per excavator or skid steer. Now you have different attachments from chains to these actual nice rigid grips here. So it's actually gonna help you really stop from sliding around. So it's definitely something I wanna try out, especially when I'm near the pond or trying to get, trying to dig out maybe a pond, because there's a slope to it sometimes and it gets a little bit hairy, especially if you're sideways on it. So I'm gonna let them talk a little bit more about it. So go ahead and check it out.
Have you seen this product on Gold Rush? Here we are. Hello, I'm John, and I'm the inventor of Track Grip. Right, so this is a steel track, obviously for steel, but we've got the rubber ones here. So the rubber track is designed for all your mud and forestry, all that sort of product. Then from that we go to the chain grip, which can be used on all of the roads and asphalt and clearing parking lots and things like that, so very simple. I recommend 7 per side, 14 or 16 for the whole machine. For more information, just go to partsasap.com.
All right, let's talk about remote controlled moving equipment, whether it's a mini dozer, whether you're just trying to move like 4,000 pounds of something, or you're just trying to go up a flight of stairs. Well, I want to introduce to you a company called MOVEX, and they're right behind me. And Francois is going to tell us a little bit about their product, which I found really interesting because this is something very unique. And you know that if you're on my channel watching it, I'm always going to bring you something that I pretty much haven't seen before. And I go to these trade shows, and I tell you right now, this is really cool. So watch this next segment.
Hey guys, work smarter, not harder. Francois Jean, Business Development Director at MOVEX Innovation. Hey guys, the world is changing and there's 2 key important things, environment first and you as a worker second. And at MOVEX, we try to make the life of the people in the field easier and safer by making the organization more efficient at the same time. How do we do this? It's pretty simple. Look the cool stuff we have here in the booth. We got a stair climber carrier there. Then we have an all-terrain carrier platform. We also got a mini dozer family of product right here. And what is really cool about what we do is that we can accessorize them based on your need in the field. When you look at the crane that I have in the back there, it's an accessory that goes on top of the all-terrain carrier or on top of the stair climber platform. If I want, I can take off this crane from the platform in less than 30 minutes. So most of our equipment are more or less a combo piece of equipment where you can have dual purpose with them. Hey, let's dive into the little mini dozer that we have here. We got two versions of that dozer. Here it's a 27-inch wide version. We also got a 48-inch wide version. Based on the version, you'll have a bucket capacity of either 600 pounds or 1,200 pounds. What is really nice, it's not a ride-on. Think about health and safety, you know. This is all remote control operated. So one of the joystick will operate the bucket, the other one will just drive the equipment around. The narrow aspect of it and the fact it's low profile like that really helps the landscaper, the people in mining operation, people doing box culvert cleaning to go in area that are pretty low profile. It's going to be between 23 and 28 inch tall only. And the small width, it's very nice as well. You get a job underground or something like that, there's lifting ring on the equipment so you can take it and drop it in a hole. The battery pack is replaceable. So you're gonna end up having 6 to 8 hour autonomy, but you can just swap the battery pack, buy a new one, and then you can run all day long and all night long if you need to. The bucket actually, it's a quick connect, so also there's different attachment than the bucket that can be on it. Very simple. Keep the worker away from the equipment, away from the wildlife where the equipment's gonna work as well. So that's a great piece of equipment that every customer that owns it really like. So if you want more information, please feel free to visit our website, www.movexinnovation.com, or our YouTube channel. There's a tons of video on all the cool product that we have.
So if you got that tick inside your LS engine and you're trying to figure out an easy way to get rid of it, I want to introduce to you a company called HotShot Secret, and they got this solution in a bottle that they claim they could get rid of this tick. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Darren. He's going to talk a little bit more about it.
I'm going to show you a product that will fix the tick in your engine. Hi, I'm Darren Matson, Regional Account Executive with HotShot Secret. This is a new product we just came out with first part of December, Engine Tick Fix and Protect. It's formulated using our Stiction Eliminator along with motor oil to create a product that will take care of the annoying loud engine ticks. 5.7 Hemi is a big problem. LS motors with the lifter failures and the camshaft failures. This product's done a great job. It's proven to fix your problems, quiet your engine down. We also have some other products I'd like to talk to you about. Our everyday diesel treatment and our Diesel Extreme, kind of the flagship products of our company. We're taking today's fuel and we're making it a premium fuel again and a fully formulated all-in-one product. We're adding lubricity back to the fuel, raising the cetane 7 points, cleaning things up really good, getting rid of any water demulsifier, rust and corrosion inhibitor and stabilizer. Diesel Extreme does the same 6 things, but it's got more cleaner in it. It's made to use every 5,000 to 6,000 miles or at every oil change, everyday diesel treatment for every fill up. For more information about our products, you can visit our website, hotshotsecret.com.
So I want you guys to check out this company called GSSI. They specialize in GPR, and you guys know whenever you're going to be cutting a hole in concrete, you're going to be doing a core hole drill, that it's really important to make sure you know where you're cutting. Well, what I found out really cool about what they have is that the size of the GPRs that could be used on the floor, it could be used on the wall. It makes life really simple to have this in your truck and you go ahead and you pull it out and you go ahead and scan it before you start cutting anything. I'm gonna turn this over to them and I'm gonna let them talk a little bit more about it.
I'm gonna show you something that you need that you don't have. Peter Masters, National Sales Manager, Geophysical Survey Systems Incorporated. This is the Flex family of concrete scanners. We're using GPR to find the things that you can't see underneath the concrete, inside walls, and below. There's a lot of different technical features on here that'll help you do as many different things as possible in the concrete world. We have 3-dimensional imagery, we have real-time scanning, and we have accessory antennas to get you into those places that are the most difficult to reach. So a lot of people have seen a utility scan, GPR, for locating utilities underground, but the concrete scanners are much smaller, much easier to handle in an indoor environment. You can use them on the floor, you can use them on the wall, you can use them overhead. They'll reach down 30 inches into the concrete, and we have other antennas for tight spaces, overhead, into small corners and things like that. And you can use them real time, you can use them as a 3D tool. Okay, so with the Flex system, Let's give you an example of how you might use it. So say you need to scan for a core on a concrete floor and you don't know where anything is. Well, what you can do with the Flex is roll it across the floor and get position of all the different bars in the floor. If you look down here, you can see each one of these features is a bar on the floor. So we can mark those out, get the exact position of each one, and understand how the floor is designed. The other thing about this system is we have different antennas in here. There's multiple antennas in this system, and you can do what's called cross-polarizing, which gives you a different view. We reorient the antenna so that you can see more than you would with just a standard antenna. So that helps you to find things that you might miss and crash into when you're cutting. For more information, you can visit our website at geophysical.com.
Hey, so I want to show you something really cool. I know it's a little bit above everybody's head here on what we actually show here as far as tools, but since this is my tool channel, I thought this thing was absolutely really cool. Now, this is a very high precision torque wrench that's unlike your typical garbage you find with Milwaukee or DeWalt. Now, the reason why it's so important is because they use it for specific torquing of predominantly, like let's say you had a windmill and you had to have a certain spec or a certification for the exact bolts to be torqued on at a specific foot-pound. It is hard to talk about, right? So you take this and you could dial in the actual PSI and dial it into exactly what you want for a +5 and -5% variance on it. I'm gonna turn this over to Chris, and Chris is gonna give us a little bit more information about it. So check it out.
I'm about to show you the most precise torque wrench in the world. Chris Dozier, sales manager at TorsionX Extreme Bolting Force. Got the 2 hex drive here showing today. So what's nice about this torque wrench is it does up to 1,600 foot-pounds of torque. You can tighten, you can loosen, you can get precise output with this hydraulic torque wrench. What's great about this, there's many applications out there in the world. Heavy equipment, power generation, pipelines, refineries, anything with a large nut or bolt, that's where you want a TorsionX torque wrench. So the hydraulic torque wrenches are powered by an electric power pack driven by hydraulic pressure, 0 to 10,000 PSI of pressure. For more information about TorsionX, visit torsionx.com.
We're engineered for the operator. Mike Fitzgerald, Senior Product Performance Manager with BOBCAT Company. This is a BOBCAT T650. It's in the classic loader lineup for BOBCAT machines, and the classic machines are there with classic controls, hand and foot pedals, joystick controls to match the operator's preferred method of operating the machine. But we also have made improvements here. We're giving them a heated air ride seat in this machine. We're also adding in a rear view camera that can be displayed in the instrument panel that hasn't been available before, so that'll give them a better operator experience on our classic lineup of loaders. This is a T86-2, but we talk about the evolving of our loader lineup, and it's the next evolution of what we have in our machine. So it's in our Pro lineup of machines that we are building today, and we're adding a lot of features here that have the machine adapt to the operator. So inside the operator compartment, we now have 4 different modes of operating the machine that the guy can match, again, his preferred method of operating for what he needs for that particular application. Something smooth and slower for fine-tuning type jobs to a faster operating type motion for wide open areas. So they can choose that mode that they want on the machine. Inside the cab, we also have what we call job site companion. They're helping the operator, again, keeping his hands on the controls. We have about 50 different things that an operator can ask the machine. Just by pressing a button, he can turn on the lights, he can turn on the windshield wiper, open and close the Bobtatch, and have a job timing and estimating system in there. So a lot of different things that are featured in Job Site Companion on the machine. On the outside of the machine, we have rear view cameras for visibility, which are displayed in the instrumentation panel, but we also have more awareness with a broad view on the back of the machine so they can see farther around the machine on the job sites. We also have a 360-degree camera set up on this machine that also has a feature called people awareness, where if a person comes into the camera scope, it will mark that person with a box around them and give the operator a warning that that person is there. So a lot of different features on these machines to make it better for the operator, more comfortable, more awareness, and then on a performance standpoint, these machines have now, the T86 in particular, has been bumped up to 115 horsepower and has a 12-foot lift height. So if you're doing a lot of digging, pushing, running high flow attachments, we've got the horsepower behind the machine to make that work. If you're loading into high-sided dump trucks or hoppers, that 12-foot lift height's going to give them the ability to catch that application much better and do a better job in that world. So this T86 has a drum mulcher on it. We have a variety of sizes of drum mulchers to fit a variety of machines. We do, on this particular one, it is set up for our super flow, which will give you the highest flow and highest pressure and best performance on the machine and attachment package. We also have disc mulchers and other types of machines, other types of attachments that will fit into the land management program. And this machine does have our land management option on it. So it's got a forestry door, top protector, protection for lights, protection on the tailgate. We've got triple flange rear idler on this particular package for the T86. Again, trying to make the machine match into the application as best we can, direct from the factory for those customers, so when they get it, it's ready to go on their job site. For more information on Bobcat loaders, options for those loaders, attachments that'll fit on the loaders, visit bobcat.com or your local Bobcat dealer.
Hi, I'm here to show you an amazing and easy product. My name is Maureen Bruins. I am the engineer and technical sales rep for Turnstone Industrial, and our product is Ecobase. So let me introduce you to Ecobase. The idea of Ecobase is that you put it in, you brace it, you pour it, you're done. This sample right here is one of our using for duck banks. The idea is that we sell the yellow. It's usually 7.5 feet long. All my samples are of course half size just because it's easier to do with. They are a 6x3 steel mesh that is 9 gauge, as well as a HDPE polyplastic that's 7 mils thick that you could actually consider as a vapor barrier. Now, why do you want to do this versus maybe wood? It is so much easier to install. Yes, you do have to brace it. The beginning way that they've always did it is by backfilling it with dirt, but we found using people like Surebelt as Steel Dog that they found new innovative ways also to do bracing, or you can even use whalers and 2x4s to do it. But the idea is saving by labor. You save at least 30% because you don't take it out of the ground. You put it in the ground, you pour, you're done. We actually had a job that happened in Arvada for our duck bank that they were having issues with trencher work. You can almost treat this like earth form because you have a really bad earth when you're doing trenching and you're trenching and it gets just more caving in. They were expecting about 25% of an issue and found out by using this, they only had a discrepancy of 4%. They keep buying from us every day. We use it main ways is of course for duck banks, footings, and grapings, most things underground. It can be handled above ground as long as you brace it right, up to 4 to 5 feet to start with. Trying it more, trying to maybe even make it go higher than that, but the idea is they're for underground because they stay in and most people don't probably want to see yellow at their house. One place you can get us is we are in Whitecap if you need to, so we are in their lists. But we're happy for you guys to just contact us directly, especially if you have plans, because if you have a plan, you give them to me. I will make an actual 3D rendition in Revit, as well as a map. So you'll actually get a map that looks just like this, and with it, each one will have a sticker. So A goes to A, B goes to B, makes it simple for you guys to know where all the pieces go, just like an erector set. So you can contact and check out us further at turnstoneindustrial.com. You may see some of our ventilation there as well, which is another product that we do, or you can try it at ecobase-foundationforms.com as well.
All right, in this next segment, I want to introduce you to a company called HYDRA-TECH, and they specialize on construction pumps that you roll up pretty much to a job site, you know, after you've been digging a hole, especially in Florida, where you dig about 2 feet down and all of a sudden water everywhere. So I want to go ahead and turn this over to them. They're going to talk a little bit more about it.
I'm about to show you something that every construction site in the industry needs to have. My name's CJ, Inside Sales and Marketing Coordinator, HYDRA-TECH Pumps. Let me tell you about why we're an industry leader with hydraulically driven submersible pumps and hydraulic power packs. This is our HT74 DHZ, fully manufactured in the US, runs any of our hydraulically driven submersibles, which can handle anything from clear water to slurries, trash-laden liquids. We can even be used in food service industry, things like molasses. Our pumps range from 6 horsepower all the way up to 400 horsepower. We do custom builds for all of our customers as well. Our pumps can move tons of water, anywhere from 200 gallons a minute up to thousands of gallons per minute, all off of our power packs that we manufacture in the USA. in Pennsylvania. For more information, you can visit us at our website, www.hydra-tech.com.
I'm Shannon Limjuko. I'm the Vice President of Program Operations for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I'm with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and we just launched a new initiative with the construction industry called Hard Hat Courage. We're so excited to have partnered with the industry on this initiative, which is created to help promote mental health and suicide prevention on the job site. We have so many free tools, resources, education, and training that you can bring to your job site, to your company, to help educate everyone on why mental health is important and just as important as physical safety. We know that unfortunately construction has one of the highest rates of suicide amongst working individuals and second highest rate in the industry. And that's why the industry at large, including Bechtel, which founded this initiative and has granted us money to do this work, has really tried to prioritize mental health safety on the job site. Go to hardhatcourage.com and you're able to access all of our free education, training, and resources, including our flagship program called Talk Saves Lives, which can bring a training to your work site so that you and your colleagues can understand the risk factors, the warning signs, and really how to have a conversation and save lives and prevent suicide. So again, hardhatcourage.com, thank you.
All right, that's a wrap for CONEXPO 2026, and I had an absolute great time taking a look at all the exhibitors here and get to meet and find the smallest of the smallest, and also dealing with the biggest of the biggest corporations and companies that are out there. I did get to cover a good bit of small companies that we're finding all across the United States, and I really love to highlight them. So do me a favor, leave a comment below if you like something or you didn't like something, because here's the deal, it's honesty behind the reviews of what I'm showing, because nobody's paying me to do any of this. And the way I look at it is sometimes it's good to have some people give some honest feedback to their perception of what it is that they're trying to show and display. I also wanted to add a little something from the scriptures out of Matthew 6:33. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's not me, this is the Bible that says this. It says, "But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things shall be added to you. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble." So here's what it is. Guys, I know there's somebody out there that's watching this that's probably so destroyed about something that they're worrying about tomorrow, whether they don't know if they have a job, whether they don't know if they have, family to come home to, but do this for me. Do what Jesus said. He says, don't worry about it. Follow me, put your trust in me, and I'll take care of you. And that's the message for today. That is the scripture in itself, telling you directly right out of the Bible. So if you like today's video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button to support us. Talk to you soon.